Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Season 7, Game of Thrones. Yeah. There's a lot more problems in this one than there was in other seasons, I'll tell you that much. Season 6 was when it started to go a little bit downhill. Season 7, you might as well just call it a miniature cliff or a really steep hill, because holy crap was there problems. I'll give my scores at the end, but I'm going to give you the stuff right now. Basically, it started out good, where Arya slaughters House Frey after, or basically a continuation of the end of season 6, where she killed Walder Frey, and then she just poisons the whole house and tells one of his daughters, "Tell anybody who asks, the North remembers, and winter has come for House Frey." And I'm like, shit. So Jon Snow is now king of the North, and he unites the North. He's not going to make the children of the traitor houses pay for their parents' sins and whatnot. And he calls for dragonglass mining, however much they can get, which comes to play later on in the season. Arya seeing Hot Pie again, the big fat dude that was captured with her, and being sent originally to be part of the Watch, but never got there. He's a cook. And then she sees Nymeria, her direwolf from season 1. That was a good part. That was really good. Nymeria now runs a pack, which are about to slaughter Arya and her horse, but Nymeria recognizes Arya and decides to spare her and pull her pack away out of memory of her. Now remember, Arya and Nymeria didn't part on good terms. She actually threw a rock to get Nymeria to run. And it sucks because Nymeria and Ghost are the only two direwolves left. And I missed not seeing Wolf in this season. But yes, Bran returns to Winterfell. And I now understand why people don't like how Bran's character ended up. Because him being basically an emotionless Jedi of being able to see the future, or not see the future, but see the past and the present, still, the way he and Mira part ways, no, that is just not right. He is so emotionless to her. And she even calls him out on it. It's like, you died in that cave. I mean, this was some of the worst writing I have ever written. I even put it in capital letters, folks. Very badly written. Bran was one of my favorite characters in this show. Not liking him a lot right now. I don't like this soulless Brandon Stark. So yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking in a way. Arya's return to Winterfell is better. Her and Sansa had good dialogue when they were in their father's crypt. When she trains with Brienne, and basically Brienne cracks a huge smile on how well she does after the fight is basically over. It's very good, man. Also, Brienne shadowing Baelish was good, but Baelish also kind of did a good setup to set up the division between Arya and Sansa, but Baelish ends up getting outplayed in the final episode, which is great because frickin' Sansa's just had enough of this douchebag, and after Bran basically tells him, "You put a knife to my father's throat and you said, I told you you should never trust me." And it's at this point that Baelish realizes all of his scheming and all of it, he's now fucked. And Arya then just goes right up, slices his throat, and when he's groveling and whatnot, and it's just, thank God Baelish died. Because, man, that was good. Sam at the Citadel, his training, having to do all the cleaning of the chamber pots and whatnot, it's funny to watch, but it's also laziness with a lot of repetitive shots and repetitive sounds, where it's the same sound that he's always making. It's the very same tone, tenor, and all of it. It's the same damn sound. They repeated it over and over. Him or Jim Broadbent as the Archmaester was good casting. I will give him that. After Sam cures Jorah of Grayscale, and believe me, it got a lot more spread on him. That was good to see. I'm glad that Jorah got cured of the Grayscale and he actually reunites with Daenerys. But then Sam learns about, or from Gilly about annulment and Rhaegar and Lyanna Stark and their child, which we'll get into later. Actually, no, we'll get into that now. Sam and Bran find out the truth about Jon Snow at the end of the last episode, where Jon Snow's name isn't Jon Snow, it's Aegon Targaryen. He is the son of Rhaegar and Lyanna. And it's because of Baratheon's jealousy that she chose Rhaegar. There's a lot of twists here, man. Believe me, it's weird. So then, as they're discussing this, they show freaking Jon Snow, or in this case, Aegon Targaryen, and Daenerys naked in bed fucking. And I'm like, oh my god! They just pulled a Lannister! It's ridiculous, folks. This is bad writing. This is bad storytelling. This is bad everything. Ed Sheeran being in Game of Thrones. Ed Sheeran's is one of my favorite singers. I really like a lot of his songs, but him being in Game of Thrones and meeting up with meeting Arya and whatnot, it's like, nice touch. That's pretty cool. Ed Sheeran in Game of Thrones. Interesting. The Unsullied are when Daenerys finally comes home and whatnot, and they all plan. And Highgarden, Olenna Tyrell admits to Jaime that she killed Joffrey after he gave her the poison. I'm sorry, but if she admitted that, if I was Jaime and just realized that my son, how much of an asshole he may have been, was just murdered by this woman, I would have pulled my sword out and I would have cut her fucking head off and I would have brought it to Cersei Lannister. Sorry, that's just I'm sorry, that would have been much better freaking writing. That's just how it is. And the Lannisters now no longer owe the Iron Bank because they took all the Tyrell's gold for it. Snow meeting or reuniting with Tyrion, meeting Daenerys and all that stuff, that was good. That was pretty well done. The mining of Dragonglass, they didn't really show it being mined, but they showed it at work and whatnot. Snow seeing Theon again. Theon and Yara and that whole situation, I'm not going to really tag into. It was decent stuff here and there, but yeah, Cersei or Gendry Baratheon returning, Robert's bastard, and the mission to catch the White Walker, where Viserion the dragon is killed by the Night King. That got me sad, and even sadder, but more interesting of a twist was the Night King converted Viserion, which basically accelerates his plans. Benjen then saves Jon Snow and gets killed by the White Walkers. It's a nice little reunion, but it's a short and not very sweet one, sadly. Cersei being shown the White Walker, it's like, oh shit, that's awesome. How it nearly gets to her. The Hound seeing his brother as basically Jason Voorhees, now it's like, what the fuck they do to you? But yeah, Cersei seeing the White Walker, that was interesting. And how they finally say that there's going to be a peace, we will accept the truce. But then Cersei goes back on her word and Jaime walks out on her. And it's like, okay, Jaime, you are my second favorite Lannister, bar none. Tyrion Lannister is my favorite. His role in this season was good. But Cersei going back on her word, I knew that was going to happen. I honestly did. I didn't need anybody to hint it at all. I knew she was going to do it. Because that's just who Cersei is. And I really wish she would die already. And then the ending, I will say this. The ending, the last bit where the army of the dead comes to the wall and frickin' the Night King uses Viserion to melt the wall. Great shots, man. Great moments. Those are all the things that I have had as the talking points. And that's basically going to wrap this video up. However, I am going to give my scores objectively, without bias, going on the quality of this season. It is a 5 out of 10. This is by far, so far, the worst season. I hear season 8 is worse, but you know what? I'm going to watch it for myself. I don't need people spoiling anything. I don't need people telling me how bad it is. I will watch it for myself. Subjectively, I will give it an 8 out of 10. There are problems, but you know what? For the most part, it was enjoyable. Showgoer, I'll actually give it an 8.5. It was entertaining to a great degree, but there were parts that kind of were boring. Anyway, folks, that is going to be my review. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of Season 7 of Game of Thrones? Do you think it is also a huge step down, or basically a drop-off at this point? Or what do you think? Just let me know. All your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.